Good afternoon or good evening, depending on which part of the world you're seeing our videos from. Welcome to Enuani Cultural Forum. Here, we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people. And my name is Prince Onwade Ngozi Chukwuka Fortune, and I am from Ubuluku in Delta State. It's so nice to have you on board. Today we are looking at something. We are looking at why people must stop wearing the Igbo identity like a costume. Igbo identity is not a costume. So today we are looking at why our people must stop wearing the Igbo identity like a costume. The Igbo identity is not a costume. It is a cultural identity. It extends beyond the attire that one is putting on. You know what a costume looks like? A costume is what you wear when you are about to put up a show. And then after the show, you can undress. Igbo identity is not a costume. It is a cultural identity. So whoever puts on the Igbo identity must wear it like a crown, not a costume. Igbo identity is not a costume that people wear when it suits their pursuit, when it suits their endeavor. As no if the man a melon Igbo, you see them ejikere pụta dịka onye Igbo. Maka na onwe ife a na-emelu ndị Igbo, maka na onwe ife lulu ndị Igbo. Onye ahụ ejikere pụta dịka onye Igbo. Mana ịbụla onye Igbo. You are not an Igbo person. You know that in your heart. That you are living an identity denial, even if it is a modern age where technology has made it very simple for people to determine who they are by simply walking into a hospital or a lab and conducting an ancestry DNA test. Within a day or a few hours, you will get a result that says, this is your ancestry DNA test. In the past 24 hours, I have garnered at least 20 comments of people on my post who are from the Caribbean saying, thank you for this video. Thank you for this video. I am an Igbo man. I did my ancestry DNA. I'm an Igbo man. I'm an Igbo woman. I'm an Igbo boy. I'm an Igbo girl. I've gotten more than 20 messages from the Caribbean. That's 1,000 miles away, over 1,000 miles. Here we have people who live in Igbo, places that are originally mapped out as Igbo territory, but as time went on, were ceded to other geopolitical zones. Like you now have the south, we had the southeastern region, midwestern region. Now these places are now regions, are no longer regions, they are geopolitical zones. These geopolitical zones that are 6 in number now has Igbo people in the south. Igbo people even in the middle belt, in Kogi, Benue, and all what have you. These people are no longer interested in maintaining or sustaining their Igbo identity. If you now ask them who they are, depending on what is at stake, if it is a benefit, they will claim their Igbo identity. Dress up like Ndi Igbo, maybe wear white cloth and a red cap, or better still, ha chọlụ akwa isi agụ na okpu agụ ka okpu mmee ha pụta dịka onye Igbo. I am from Delta State, Ubuluku in Delta State, Nigeria. So, onye ahụ kechazi ekike pụta dịka onye Igbo, ilecha ya esi na onye abụ nwanne m. Mana ịma n'ime obi ha fekwetarụ na ha bụ ndị Igbo. Fekwetarụ na ha bụ ndị Igbo. If you know in your heart, you are not willing to embrace your Igbo identity. You are not willing to embrace your cultural identity. Why is it that when there is a benefit for Ndi Igbo, For instance, now, there's a slot for the presidency. Maybe they say it's likely to go to Ndi Igbo, the Igbo people. If ndị mmadụ na-deny ha their identity, ha asa arụ zụta okpu agụ ka okpu mmee dịka this one mkpu n'isi, ha ejikere pụta dịka onye Igbo. Ndị mmadụ a na-etu ha. Maybe the person is a prominent person in the society, like the people you saw there in my thumbnail. Ha na-etu ha onye Igbo. Mana ịma n'ime obi gị, ikwetara na Igbo onye Igbo. You now wear your Igbo identity like a costume after the event, after the ceremony, after the show, like a performer. Isopu uwe gị. That is not what we want. People must cut this pretense. We must also be able to cut this pretense. What happened in the last few days has opened our eyes. We know how these politicians came out openly to affirm their Igbo identity. We know how they came out in the open to affirm that we are Igbos, we are Igbos, we are Igbos. Only if I Igbo, give me, give me. Ụfọdụ n'ime ha ewelu dịka onye Igbo. We have had ministerial slots assigned to ndị Igbo, held by ndị Igbo nọ na Delta. We've had vice presidential slot recently designed for ndị Igbo, held by an Igbo man, or so he claimed, from Delta State. Ogwu eluzie bụ eze n'Ugbolo, oluzie n'ụtọlọ Onyimoyi, asụwa pụshana ndị Igbo. You see them slacking behind because it is no longer in their benefit. They want the Igbo clout, they want the Igbo glory, but they don't want the Igbo burden. Such people we must be very careful about. We must shun such people. We must in fact resist such people. They are evil. They mean no good. They do not mean well for ndị Igbo. We must join hands together to resist such people. Please, if you're just coming online and you are seeing this video, kindly double tap the video to give it a thumbs up. We have over 100 people watching. Double tap on the link you're watching and then double tap on the video. It will just immediately have a thumbs up so that it can come up on the feeds of other users so that they can come online and also join us. We are looking at why people must stop wearing, thank you so much, the person who double tapped. We are looking at why people must stop wearing the Igbo identity like a costume, because it is not a costume. Igbo identity awụghị uwe a na-asụrụ na-asụpụ. Asị gị jikere dịka onye Igbo. It is your heart we are saying you should prepare. Ọwụghị naanị uwe gị. You dress up like an Igbo person. You identify like an Igbo person because there is something happening that is of benefit to you that belongs to ndị Igbo. Isoro ha pụta. When it is time to bear the burden of an Igbo man, ịlaa n'azụ, you start playing chameleon. You start playing tortoise. You think you are smart. We all know what you know. And it is time for ndị Igbo to resist such persons. Now and in future. Korapụ iru echi. Such people are pụtasịkwa anyị again na ha bụ ndị Igbo. No. We should be able to shut them down. You cannot reject us and accept us when you wish to. You are either Igbo or you are not. And when I mean you are either Igbo or not, the southeastern region of Nigeria is not the beginning and end of Igbo land. Because I have seen some angry people who are from the southeastern part of Igbo land. Iwu a na-ewefa because of ife melu recently. Ndị Anioma, you say na ha abụghị ndị Igbo, ha achọghị anything to do with the southeast. So some people are angry and na-ekwuzi rapụ ndị Anioma, let's focus on Igbo land. Anioma is part of Igbo land, historically and presently. Kindly double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up. Anyị bụ ndị Igbo. Anyị bụ ndị Anioma bụ ndị Igbo. My own Igbo is more intelligible. Ma nsụọ asụsụ Igbo, my dialect. Thank you so much, Canary. Nigeria is when? Is it not yesterday here, 1960? The amalgamation happened in 1914. We had our independence in 1960. Before this time, ndị Igbo have been moving to different parts of the world, occupying and dominating, multiplying themselves, still identifying as ndị Igbo. If somebody from Haiti sent me a message yesterday that he did his ancestry DNA test and found out that he is Igbo 65%. That he's surprised because he was born there in Haiti. Parents never mentioned anything African ancestry. This is to show you the spread. Igbos are everywhere. In faraway countries like this. Mana gị nwa bụ onye Delta, gị nwa bụ onye Rivers, gị nwa bụ onye Bayelsa, gị nwa bụ onye Akwa Ibom. A na-agbazi onwe gị mgba na ịbụ onye Igbo. What is there? What do you think you are adding as a value to ndị Igbo by accepting your own identity, God-given identity? Maka anaghị azụ ya n'ahịa. Ihe njigwa ya na anaghị azụ ya n'ahịa bụ na over 300 years ago, o nwechasị ọtụtụ ndị Bini, ndị anyị idu nọ n'ime anyị. We welcome them. I wasn't there, but these stories are documented in oral history. Our ancestors Nabatalova welcome them the way we do Ibu Banono, for them to become one of us. It is called indigenization. Ibu Banono. Buolu feu, golo fofo, bahando. Anyị na-afa abụla ofu. 300 years later, their children are saying, no, we are not from here. Our parents came from Benin. Our parents came from Igala. Our parents, they came from Yoruba. They are now the ones who just don't know na agwa na faboru. But our ancestors saw them as a freeborn. Now, can such people determine our own identity for us? You met our parents. They welcomed you. Probably some of these people were seeking asylum. Some of them were chased out from their kingdom. Some of them were banished. Some of them were fleeing from a wicked king. And they were welcomed. Now their children are saying, our parents are from Igala. We are not Igbos. Wow. So you are now the one telling the world who you are. No problem. Now you are not one of us. Anyị kwetago na ịbụrụ ofu onye n'ime anyị n'Igbo onye ọbịa at worst. Okay, now Igbo onye ọbịa. Is it an onye ọbịa that will tell onye nwe ụlọ who we are? Will that stranger element now be the one to determine our own identities for us? It's not possible. So ebe ahụ agwalụ gị na ndị mụrụ gị si bịa, quietly trace them back to where they came from. Gị ebe ahụ gaa gwuo ụlọ gị. That is how to live. Ọ gaa mụọ asụsụ fa. Ha na-asụzi, ị na-asụ. Isi na Igbo onye Bini, ha na-asụ Bini, ị na-asụ Bini. Ife mmadụ isi ya ka ụyọ. Gị na ya ekele. Ife onye nwoke gbara dị mkpa ịkpọ ya ịpa. Iweruzia full time onye Bini. The same way with ndị na-asị na fa bụ ndị Igala. Locate your Igala place. It's as simple as that. Mana ọ bụ na ikwetago na ịbụ onye Igbo n'ezie, ọ bụrụ ihe a na-eyi n'uwe, yiri ya dịka costume, mgbe ọbụla tọrọ gị asị na onwe ife ọma na-eme n'ala Igbo anyị bụ ndị Igbo aha m bụ Chidozie anyị bụ ndị Igbo afa m bụ Chidozie achọrọ m ịkpọ afọ ọtụtụ mmadụ ọ bụ na amala na-edina anyị their identity. Afa m bụ Chidozie Princewell afa m bụ Chidozie Princewell McDonald's. Echi ịfụ ya ka ọ na-ede aha ya Princewell C. McDonald. Ọ chọrọ ka a kpọọ ya Chidozie again, mana ọ fụzi ife dị mma na-eme n'ala Igbo o cheta na aha ya bụ Chidozie, maka o nwee ọtụtụ n'ime ha tụmadị ndị bụ eze na ndị nze na ọzọ na-emelụ anị ha si bịa. Ha na-emelụ anị, ihe a na-eme bụ nsụ anị. As nze na ọzọ ịbụ, as an ọzọ title holder, ị kwesịrị ịga na-eme ihe ga na-akwado asụsụ na omenala obodo isi wee bịa. Mana ị ga-ahụ onye ọ bụla ọ wụ ihe oyibo na-akpọ chief, ọ sị gị na ya bụrụ onye Igbo. Abụrụ m onye Igbo, and ọ na-asụ Igbo to deny his Igbo identity. That is the worst. O nwere otu n'ime ha ihe nji were uche na-eme rapụ ịkpọ aha bụ na o nwekwanụ mgbe m kwuchasịa ha ewelu polisi bịa nwụrụ m, tinye m n'ụlọ mkpọrọ na Abuja kpụrụ ụbọchị 7 na FCID Abuja, Force Criminal Investigation Department Abuja. Ha si na Asaba nwụrụ m jee Abuja, kpọrọ m gaa Abuja. So m na-ekwuzi ugbu a ka m rapụ ịkpọfa afa. Mana anyị niile ma ndị anyị na-ekwu, ndị mbe nọ n'ime anyị, ndị nwechasị omume ogwumagada. Asị ndị Igbo pụta na onwe ife ọma a na-eme, ịwọrọ onye Igbo, aha gị abụ n'ife ọma. Mana onwe ife ọjọọ a na-eme ndị Igbo, afa gị abụrụza Gladys I. Michaels. Ọwụrụzi Gladys Ifeoma Michaels, Gladys I. Michaels. Ma nwoke ma nwaanyị, unu na-atụchasị onwe unu ntụ na-eme ife ga-ebutala unu ọdachi n'ụwa. How can you deny your own identity and prosper? How possible is that? How can you survive with that? My brother Leonard, you're saying the truth. There are so many things. Ihe dị n'ime ya bụ n'otu aka kpalụ mmanụ, ọ ga-emetụta aka niile, mkpịsị aka niile ga-emetụta ya. Please double tap on this video to like it. And I hope we are good the way I am speaking Igbo, because ahụzi m na anyị na-asụ Bekee, ndị mmadụ dị bụrụ ndị Igbo esolo anyị na-elechasị anya, na-atụnyesị ọnụ, na-ekwuchasị ife na-agbasarọfa. Mana otu anyị na-asụ ya n'asụsụ Igbo na-agbapụ ya ọsọ. Ọ bụzị na Igbo onye Igbo n'ezie, ị kwesịrị ịga na-anụ asụsụ Igbo. At least let's start from there. Ị kwesịrị ịga na-anụ asụsụ Igbo. Maka o nwere vidio mfụ nyaa, I was very happy. Obi dịchasị m n'ụtọ. Nwata nwaanyị na-ekwu na amụrụ ya n'Italo, that is Italy, mana ọ na-asụchasị asụsụ Igbo nke ọma, jikwa ya na-ama atụ. Wee sị Chineke gọzie nne na nna ya n'ihe ọma ha merụ na ndụ that young girl. We have our own various Igbo dialects. Nsụma asụsụ Igbo nke obodo nsi bịa, ọ ga-afụ ya ụfụ nwantakịrị ịnụ nye niile na-ekwu ya ka o ji bụ na ma agwọgbue Igbo izugbe ma asụ abịabụla Anambra na-eletu Owerri. So bear with it. Otherwise, nsụma asụsụ Enuani onu Obolukwu ọ ga-afụ ya ụfụ nwantakịrị ịwọcha nye niile na-ekwu, mana achọ m ka Igbo niile na-anụ nye m asụ. So what we are looking at is this. Please double tap on this video to like it, give it a thumbs up so that it can reach a wider audience. What we are looking at is this. It's so wrong that today you are Igbo. The whole world welcomes you. And tomorrow you are no longer Igbo. You are not deceiving me. You are only deceiving yourself. You are also deceiving your chi. Your chi knows who you are. Today you reason and think like an Igbo person. Tomorrow, oh, I'm not fully Igbo. Maybe because I'm not from Southeast. Southeast is not a cultural identity. Southeast is a political identity. The same thing with Anioma. They na-akpọ onwe ha onye Anioma. I am from Anioma, I am from Anioma, I am from Anioma. Anioma is not a cultural identity. Anioma is a political identity coined by Chief Dennis Chukwude Osadebe. It is not a political identity. It is not a cultural identity. So you don't identify yourself culturally as Onya Anioma. I've seen some comments, okay, of people saying, we couldn't get it today, we'll get it tomorrow. You think it's every day? The last time states were created in Nigeria was 95-96 by Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. And that was Bayelsa State and a few other states. 1995-96. How many years ago was that? That's 30 years ago. 30. Probably before the next time they will ever mention anything state creation again, Nigeria will have disintegrated, or the people agitating against this state creation will have all died. That is what it looks like. Let me look at a few comments from my friends. Chike M says, Equatorial Guinea has Igbo people. Igbo scattered all over the world should unite, for the time God wants to glorify the Igbo people has come. Thank you so much. Eugene David says, you are the true son of your father. Igbo Fudalo David. God bless you many times. Dalo Gochuku Charles. Thank you so much. I hope Anyama will not betray us again. They started the coup, other problems, but we suffered it. My brother. It's so sad. No, Anyoma did not deny Igbo. A few sellouts. Thank you, Canary. God bless you. I really need to use this your comments to make a point. Anyoma people did not deny their Igbo identity. Am I not from Anyoma? I am an Anyoma person. Not just an Anyoma person. I am a prince from Anyoma, one of the oldest communities in Anyoma, and I am from the first ruling houses of that community. I am from Ubuluku. And as an Ubulu person, I don't know how I will explain that I am not Igbo when all the communities that are offshoots of Ubuluku are prominent Igbo communities. Ozobulu is there. Ubulu Oru, that is the one they call Ubulu Hejofo, is there. Ubulu Isiuzo is there. Ubulu Ekwe. Ubulu Ọha Ọzara. Uburu. Okovoro in Mbise. Ubulu Ikem in Onitsha. There are so many Ubulu communities in this eastern Nigeria. In western Igbo land as well. There are more than 7 scattered in Okwani and Abo areas that are from Ubuluku or Bolono or Ubulokiti. We don't deny, or we did not deny, and we have never denied our Igbo identity. Kindly double tap on this video to like it, please, so that the video can come up on people's feeds, or you also share it. It will help it to reach more people. So, I am not denying my identity. In fact, we have what is called Igbo Unification Movement, and we are many. We recently held a conference here in Asaba. It was massive. Eze Chukwuemeka Akajiofo of Igbo land, the Ezenri, came. We have so many people who came. Professors of history from Okwane, from so many areas of Igbo land, just to project the Igbo unity. It was massive. It was held in Asaba. And it wasn't our first time of doing so. So we are many who project the Igbo unity, but just few. And these few that are doing this are very important few, because you know how the Nigerian political class works. They all listen to one individual, and this very one individual is opposed to the idea of creating an Ioma state for his own selfish personal reasons. Everyone you hear that says they are against the creation of an Ioma state, they will tell you it's for their personal reason. Why personal? Kindly double tap on this video. Over 200 and something people actively watching. We want to reach 500 or 1,000. Double tap on this video. As you double tap on it, it's reaching more people. As you double tap, it's reaching more people. I want you to have a geometric progression, not even arithmetic, so that we can be many watching this video. So, the day a man becomes a leader, that is the day he loses his right to personal opinions. But sadly, we still have people who, because of their personal feelings, personal experiences, personal vendetta, decide for the collective people. And in this collective, nobody has the courage to say no, or to even ask why. Why is a very important question. Somebody says, let us sign this document saying we are not Igbo. This document, I posted it in the video I posted last night. And that document bears all the names of the people who signed saying they are not Igbo. All of them from A to Z bear Igbo names. All of them from A to Z are Igbo. They said they don't want to be part of the Southeast. Even if they are going to create an Ioma state, let it not be part of the Southeast. When I sought to know why, they said because the capital will be in Olo. And that is not true. The proposal for an Im state is separate. Proposal for a Titi state is separate. Proposal for an Ioma state is separate. Proposal for Ada is separate. These are separate proposals brought before the House. It was this morning that I saw a video clip that was privately sent to me, where Senator Enuani Baribe was insisting that the documents that should support the creation of an Ioma state were not brought. The document is a signature of all the House of Assembly members from the state where an Ioma is to be created, not the region, not the geopolitical zone, the state itself. People signing to say we endorse this. Let's check what number, because we have about 30 House of Assembly members from 25 local governments. How many of them endorsed it? They needed to know. But incidentally, the region where an Ioma state is coming from, 9 over 9 of them has endorsed that they don't want to be part of the Southeast. The slot is for the Southeast now. So if you want to have it, you have to align yourself with the owners. The slot belongs to Southeast. They said, okay, well, if we don't get it now, we'll get it later. When? How stupid can people be? When? And what we are looking at is to expand the Igbo territory, not to expand it into a place where it wasn't, but to reclaim Igbo territory. That's the right word. For us to reclaim what we have. This is our Igbo territory. If I am to post a map of Igbo territory in pre-colonial times, you will see it. Colonial times, you will see it. And then now it's lessening. The places we are saying should be carved into Igbo land was part of Igbo land. It's Igbo land. Nothing changed. Biko Umunim, double tap this video to give it a thumbs up so that it can get to more people. Igbo, and this knowledge has to get to as many people as it can. This is what I believe Ohaneze Ndi Igbo kwesịrị ịga na-eme, not a private individual without sponsorship, without money to say drink water. Or Ohaneze Ndi Igbo kwesịrị ịga na-eme every day. Have jingles on radio playing Igbo Bofu music on it. Have musicians sponsor songs to say Igbo Dike, Igbo Amaka, those kind of things. I am Igbo and proud. Those kind of slogans should be flying everywhere. T-shirts and polo caps. These type of things are things that are supposed to be promoted and sponsored by Ohaneze Ndi Igbo, not a private individual like I am. Please give me a second while I go to do what I want to do. Double tap on this video so that when I come back, I should be seeing over 50 people actively watching. Thank you so much. I should be seeing over 50 likes because we have around 200 people watching. Double tap, please, double tap. I know you know what happened. It's a normal thing where we are. There is power outage. So I had to go and change and open up the place so that I can have clarity when talking. So please, in case you're just joining us, this is Enuani Cultural Forum. And we are looking at why people must stop. And when I'm saying people, it's not everybody. Those who want to identify as Ndi Igbo, it is simple. You can't identify today and unidentify tomorrow. When you are identifying as Onyi Igbo, identify fully and remain there. Today, you're going for presidency. You better say I'm Igbo, Onyi Igbo. Umu Igbo biko kwadonu na abu m Onyi Igbo. Kwadokwanu nwanne unu. Abukwan m Onyi Igbo. You dress like an Igbo man. You speak Igbo language. A version of it. Ijikere dika Onyi Igbo. Dress up like an Igbo person. Anya nabata gi. Then a few years down the line, you put an equiri. You put an moto, It's so sad. So we must note the faces of such people down and bring them down too. Because you cannot ride on our backs to success. When you succeed, you spit on us. We must never allow such people to thrive in our midst. Biko umunnem, give this video a thumbs up by double tapping the video. If you double tap it, it will have a like. So you cannot ride on our backs to success, to excellence, to greatness. When you become great, Ichefu, ABC Buni, we cannot have that. We will seek you out, single you out, and also deal with you the right way. We will alienate you politically. You must be ready and willing to bear the Igbo burden the same way you are willing to move around with the Igbo cloud. Not Peter type. Then a Bible, I drug in Igbo to Jesus. It's neighbor to Jesus. Are you Igbo? Yes, I am Igbo. You be ready to bear the Igbo burden so that you can enjoy the Igbo cloud. You don't enjoy the Igbo cloud when they say you're Igbo. Say, my Igbo sha, you get a CB. You know we are the ones from Delta. Where is Delta? When did that name Delta enter into the Nigerian Constitution? 1992. 1992. Just yesterday. 33 years ago. The word Igbo. Some people say, it was the British that gave them the name. There was no name called Igbo, really. We have Akuku Igbo in Delta. It is older than the British Empire. The name Akuku Igbo. We have Obi Igbo in my hometown, Ubuluku. Is an ancient traditional quarter founded by migrants from Ori. We have Igbo Uzo, Igbo Binuzo in Delta State, who are just very close to Asaba. Igbo Binuzo is the name, Igbo Uzo. Sometimes they are spelled Ibusa. Now, Ibuzo is founded by two migrants, one from Muri, one from Isu. So you can hear them call them Undi Ibuzu Isu, Isu Nambogo. And you say the word Igbo, it just entered the dictionary. What about Ibuku? The oldest artifacts in this part of the world, in Africa, the sub-Saharan part, the oldest, most sophisticated one is from Ibuku. Was discovered by accident, sir. And there's some people say, oh, those artifacts are not Igbo artifacts. Go and look at the artifacts and tell yourself whether they are Igbo artifacts or not. Do they connect with the current Igbo culture? Yes. Are they old? Very old. 300 years older than Ife art. 400 years older than Beni art. That is from Ibuku. So the word Igbo is not a new word. Was not even brought up by the British. Was not at all. The word Igbo was there. Like I said, we have Obi Igbo in my own community. An ancient quarter. We have Akuku Igbo in western part of Igbo land, and we have it in the eastern part of Igbo land. We have Igbo Uzo. So many names that have Igbo to do with it. Of course, I don't know if you know that we call palm oil, although the modern name is Manu, but we call it Ofi Igbo. If I tell you now that palm oil is called Ofi Igbo in Benin, you will just laugh if you don't know. If you already know, you will just nod. Ofi Igbo is what we call palm oil. Ofi Igbo is what they call palm oil in Benin, in Edo language. Interesting, right? So when you people look stupid when they say it was the British that gave them the name Igbo. Wow. So what we are saying here today is this. If you are Igbo, please double tap this video to like it. Double tap this video to like it, please. Yes, they will add N at the end. I say it's Ofibon, not Ofibo. And if you ask them, let me even share this story. It's a deviation, but it's okay. If you ask them what is Ofibon, they say it's slave soup. That we are Ibon. Even if Ibon is not what they call slave, they will say we are the Ibon, and Ibon means slave. It's okay, no problem. Everybody has a name they call people. Is that the name you people call us? Will say yes. Then I checked. I'm waiting now. Chris King, what is Ofibon in Benin? I'm listening. What is palm oil in Benin? I'm listening. Yes. I'm listening. Go ahead. Type it. I'm listening. I will see the answer and get back to you. Just give me a second.
Yes. Good morning. If you give me the contact of this, I don't know the company. Oh, I should just try to go and know like this. Let me give you the contact. I think somebody else in another class. Wow, I can tell you my language. Who are not seeing someone. So regardless of family device, okay, very nice. So just try to contact me. Okay, okay. Thank you very much.
Okay. oh. This person is Christ the King. Okay, you said you are from Esan. You said he born in Esan. I said Benin, not Esan, but it's okay. Since you are Esan, you are still including the Igbon in it. Benin says Ofi Igbon, not Ehi Igbon, Ofi Igbon. They say it's slave soup. Is that what Ehi Igbon means in your own language? So I started looking at the word Igbon, and I was so shocked to find out that in Benin it's Ehi Igbon. Don't worry, you are not the only person from Edo State. More people will comment here who are from Edo to tell us what Ofi Igbon is called. I'm from Delta State. I spent a lot of my time in Benin as well. Ehi Igbon, Ehi Obon, Ohi Igbon. Well, maybe when you pronounce it, we will understand better. Because even the Benin chefs who cook and make videos and post online, they call it Ofi Igbon. They add N at the end. That's just the only difference. We will spell it this way, but we don't add this N at the end because it is nasalized, we know, but we don't add N. So you ask them what is Igbon, they say Igbon is slave, that it means slave soup. And I dug further. It will interest you to know. Thank God there's an Edo person here watching. He said it's from Esan. Christ the King, confirm what I'm saying. There are more Edo people bearing the name Igbon on social media. There is not one single Igbo person that bears the name Igbon. Igbon is not even a word in Igbo language. Igbon, Igbon. People bear it as surname in their place. And you say it's the word for a slave. We don't bear the name. We don't even know such word. Igbon. And people bear it as surname. What I was trying to drive at that led me to this is that the word Igbo is not a new word in our language. It was not brought by the British. It is a pre-existing word for communities in Igbo land. So if the British decided, since this word is a mutual word that is found almost everywhere, let's use it to classify them as Igbo people. There's nothing wrong with it at all. But they didn't bring the word to us. The word was there. It is not an acronym, it's a name. Ndibo, ancient people. People of old, people of antiquity. That's what it means, Ndibo. Of course, some will say it's Igbo, like Hebrew, that it is from Igbo that the Hebrews took their name. I don't want to delve into that. A professor of anthropology will do that very recently, very, very shortly, because I was the one delaying him coming online because I was having network issues. Now that I have sorted out my network problems, I know I can contact him now. We will do our live stream together. He will now explain how there's a relationship. Embrace the fact that your culture is of leadership quality. So be a leader and let the rest follow. Be proud, be strong, be a leader. Thank you so much, Moshe Pascal. So what we are saying is this. The Igbo people are quite the Alowan Nehud boy. So the Igbo people are quite Republican. They are very, very Republican in nature. Igbo means ancient people. Ancient people, people of antiquity, people of old, Igbo. So we even use it as a saying, Nendembo, Kondibo ase. No question, men, bo. Nendibo, bo means ancient, early, antiquity. So, thank you so much, Francis. So, like I was saying, that word has been there, the Igbo, as a word. If you are going to identify as only Igbo, if you are going to identify as an Igbo person, the idea is very, very clear and simple. If you are a leader, lead by projecting the interests and ambitions and aspirations of your people, not your parochial interests. Please double tap on this video to give it a thumbs up. You can also share to your audience. If you are not yet a subscriber, please subscribe to our channel to help us grow. I want to share the video, taking my own advice to share the video to my own audience on other social media platforms. Please give me a little time. I'm going to share when I'm back. I've shared to my audience on my I've shared to my audience on my personal page. I know I'm going to share again to my audience on the official Enuani Cultural Forums page. So let's take our time, and please, if you are just seeing our video for the first time, kindly, please give us a thumbs up. Go to the channel, subscribe to it. This is Enuani Cultural Forum, where we promote the rich cultural heritage of the Igbo people, and we are saying today, we are looking at the topic why people must stop wearing the Igbo identity like a costume. A costume is what you wear when you are going for a show, a performance. And after the performance, before you even leave the venue, you can go and take off your costume. That is what people are doing with Igbo identity, and it is wrong. Igbo identity is not a costume. It's not a costume. Igbo identity is what you wear. You were born into it. You can get indigenized into being an Igbo person, but most times you are born into a cultural identity and you can't change it. It's not something you change anytime you wish to. So when people say they are no longer Igbo, it is very laughable, okay? Because it's not something you choose and unchoose. When you are Igbo, you are Igbo. If you are not Igbo, you are not Igbo. There's nothing you can do about it. So when you are Igbo today, you are Igbo for life. Not you are Igbo today because there's something good coming to Ndi Igbo. When that something good is over, you now say, hey, now I even remember, we are not Igbo people. Oh. We came from Sariki. And my father said we came from Egala. This one said my father said we came from Beni. This one said my grandfather said we came from Yoruba. The other one said my great-great-grandfather said, yesterday you were Igbo. Today you are no longer an Igbo person. We as Igbo people, Ndi Igbo must learn to shun such people, to avoid such people. If they are in our political space, to dethrone them. They are evil. They do not mean well for the Igbo nation. And I pity them because only if they will get their own dose. That one is certain. They cannot miss it. They will always receive their own dose of Igbo. It will get to them. It's something that you can run away from, but you cannot hide. So it's something you can run away from, but you cannot hide from. The Igbo identity must be protected at all costs. We must continue to do our best to protect and project the Igbo identity. Please, I don't know what has gone wrong with this live stream. So I'm trying to end it and start up another one. Perhaps